Hi. Okay, so we're going to continue working on variations on tunes, and we've been working on the tune "Shove the Pig's Foot" a little further into the fire. We did part A yesterday, and we'll continue with part B because many of you said you'd like to continue with the same song, part B. So let me just play part B again. This is a practice session, so I'm not teaching the tune. I'm just talking about how to practice, and hopefully you can practice with me. I'm going to play the B part a little bit, okay? Oh, and again, there's many ways that people play it, and that's one way to learn variations is to go to a jam session and notice what other people are doing and say, hey, what was that you played there? So so here's the B part. I'll do it with no double stops first. Two, three, four. That's kind of how I play it. Again, you can play it a little bit differently, but that's what we're doing. We're going to work on just how to play things differently. I like to take things by phrases. So the first phrase being. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Let's just play that a few times. Three, four. And I keep changing the bowing, but the general idea is to start with a down bow. And then with an up bow there. Now, I just did all separate, I believe, right there. So you can fool around with the bowing too. Three, four. Okay, so we need to know, okay, well, we don't need to know, but it's nice to know that that's a G chord for the first measure, C chord, and then G chord for the second measure. So the first measure being. So let's just change that around a little bit. Let's do something like that. So let's just try that. We're going to go B, A, B. So three, four. Okay. Keep going. Okay, two, three, four. So I'm using the version, by the way, that Bruce Molsky taught at our camp, the Fiddleheads camp, and also I know many of you who are coming to these are from the Fiddle Ensemble, which is this is the version we did in the Fiddle Ensemble. Okay, so let's try it again. Two, three, four. Oh, now I forgot what I did. See, that's what happens. Maybe that was it. Two, three, four. Try it again. Three, four. So this is one thing that we can do. We also talked about making things simpler. Okay, so maybe we instead of going, we just go. You just go B, D, B, D. And then instead of going, that's a C chord, just go. And then it's two C's right there. And then it goes to a G chord. And you're hitting two D's. So it could be like this. But then, that's kind of simple sounding, but we can also make it sound more fiddly by doing some double stops. Playing your open D. Two, three, four. Let's not do that. Here we go. I meant to do. Here we go. Two, three, four. There we go. And then I'm going to go to C and E, D and a D, or maybe just C. So let's try that again. I'm going to just fool around with some things. Three, four. So there I use my E and this C. First finger in the D. Three, four. See, I kind of jumped on the little hammer on. Three, so there's just an idea. Again, when you're practicing for changing a tune up a little bit, try a whole bunch of things. Experiment. Maybe record yourself. Right now you have this recording of me you can go back to, but on your own, record yourself so you can say, what was really working? Because sometimes it's hard to tell. So let's put that together. Let's just take that little version and we'll put it together with the second phrase. So it'll be like this. Just so we can practice going from one phrase to the other. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try something different. Let's go back to kind of what we did before. So how about something like that? So, okay, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, let's play that. Now we're going to keep going. 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3. Also slow it down. 2, 3, 4. Try to put a few doubles in there. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's just some ideas. Again, you want to make up your own ideas and try to figure out what you like to do. Okay, let's make something up different for the second phrase of the beat part. So the second phrase I have, I normally play something along these lines. Okay, so and what I was doing, you can play B, leave that finger down and grab the G. Maybe a double stop there. So just adding a few little things in there. So or so see, just maybe a few extra notes, just doubling notes. 3, 4. Okay, 3, 4. Something like that with a little push. 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, let's put that all together with the phrase 1 and phrase 2 together. So the regular, whatever you know is your first phrase with this different second phrase. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, with some doubles. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's put together. Let's see. Let's do something different on that second phrase. Something like that for the second phrase. 3, 4. people are like, how do you come up with that stuff? You just fool around and see what sounds good. And so the first note of that second phrase is, second note is, so I'm just kind of wandering around that, right? And then there's the next note. Just wandering around that, knowing that we're in the key, we're in the key of G, and that we're on a G chord right there. Okay. D. Okay. 3, 4. So notice we're not really taking the tune away. It's just still there. It's just a little bit varied, right? So let's put that with the first phrase, whatever you know is the first phrase with that. 3, 4. And maybe you're like, oh, I like that. So then you want to practice that a little bit more. But right now we're just practicing for improvising, not improvising really, for variations, so that we're getting some ideas of what we might like. And then you go back later and you have to come up with some variations. And maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll just kind of hone in on getting 2 variations to shove the pig's foot down. Or maybe we'll do that a little bit today, see how much time we have. Okay, so here we go. Again, I'm trying to do these as just half an hour, a little bit less, so that this is your practice session for the day. You're just working on variations this week. It's not like you don't want to practice your scales and other tunes. In fact, you should probably do a little bit more than what we're doing today. But this gives you an idea of this. If you want to just focus on a tune and variations, it's not a bad idea to spend 3 days or so on just working on variations. So it also will help you apply this to other tunes. All right, here we go. Enough of that, because shouldn't be talking. We should be practicing. 2. So we're going to play phrase 1 and phrase 2 like we know them. Okay, and then we're going to try phrase 1 and 2 with some variations. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now with variations. 2, 3, 4. Okay, try it again. Different variation. 3, 4. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, you're playing whatever you can get out. Maybe that's too many notes to change. Just try changing one note. Maybe you go like this. And that's it. And maybe that's all you can handle at this point, and that's okay. Just change one thing. Nothing wrong with that. Because this is a process you have to just keep adding on a little bit at a time. Okay? The third phrase of the B part is similar to the first phrase. That's how I learned it from Bruce Molsky. 3, 4. Actually, so I could say, so I learned that at our camp from Bruce Molsky, and he might have played it that way that one particular time, and maybe he played it differently another time. Or maybe I interpreted it differently, or somebody else at the camp interpreted it differently. So, because maybe our ears weren't exactly right on. Whatever, we still have the tune. It still sounds like Shove the Pig's Foot. And a good idea would be go to listen to some people playing it on YouTube to see what they do too for variations. Okay, so here we go. Phrase 3 again, the way I learned it. 3, 4. Okay, so that's kind of like almost like a variation I did on the phrase 1, but again, we can just change that up similar to what we did before. Okay, so we got phrase 1, phrase 2, phrase 3 being similar to phrase 1, and then the ending would be Okay, so that's phrase 4. 3, 4. Okay, and so you can also simplify that. It's always a good place to start by simplifying it. Go. Okay, 3, 4. Instead of. Okay, so that's one. We're gonna try playing the first 3 phrases, whatever you want to do, and then that one last phrase. Okay, 2, 3, 4. The nice thing about doing simplified versions is it allows you to get some double stops in if you want to try that. So again, let's try the same thing again. And notice my bowing as I'm changing my bowing. And that's okay. It just kind of depends upon your mood for that particular, how you're phrasing a sentence. Just like you speak differently. You could say the same sentence in a few different ways, and that's kind of what we do here. So here we go. So in other words, like I said, I'm going to go get some milk. There's one way to say it. Or I'm going to go get some milk. There's another way to say it. Or I'm going to go get some milk. So there's many ways to say that. And it's the same thing when you're bowing, I guess. Okay, so phrase 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the B part, with the 4th one being the easier one, maybe adding some double stops, okay? 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Again, we talked about little pulses, little double stops, little hammer-ons. Those are all things to make the song a little more fiddly, okay? Okay, let's try the whole B part to shove the pig's foot a little further into the fire. No, let's try the whole song actually. How are we doing? Yeah, we don't have that much more time, so let's try the whole song. And I think what I'll do is I'll put on that strum machine that I like to use to help practice, okay? And shove the pig's foot in further into the fire. And again, it's just a nice something to have the backup to. Okay, are we ready? So this is as slow as we did yesterday here. So here we go.
1.
Let me turn it up a little bit.
3.
Here we go.
4.
right, so I'm doing it nice and slow so I can change things. And you saw me make a face because I didn't really maybe like what I just did, but that's okay. That's what you're doing. And again, it's not a bad idea to record yourself. So if you have your phone or something ready, use your voice recorder or something. And I'm gonna have you do it now. You're gonna try to play the whole song. I'm gonna get you 2 times through, and you're gonna try to do some variations on it on your own. Okay? So here we go. This is the tempo too. We're gonna keep it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 2 full times through. I kind of lost track because I wasn't playing. But yeah. So there's a great way to practice improv, variations on tunes. And I played with this guy Patrick Ross a long time ago. Um, he's out of Vermont, a great fiddle player, and he was telling me back then that he would play through tunes for like 20 minutes straight, and try to play it a different way each time. So that's probably beyond a lot of us, but it's not a bad idea. It's something to think about because it really helps you focus and keep with it, and not stop. The key is to not stop. Just keep on going and keep trying to get in and out of there with the tune. And maybe you have to start and just do a little section, like I said. Maybe you do one phrase and keep looping that for a little bit, and then you do 2 phrases and loop that for a little bit, and then 3, and then 4, etc. in order to get yourself into this kind of mode. So there's just some ideas to do that. Tomorrow, we'll probably continue on the same kind of path, but we'll look at another tune, and then you're on your own for hopefully knowing how to practice for variations on fiddle tunes. So thanks very much, you guys.